Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am here testing my own engagements. Today is the 5th, I believe. Yes, indeed it is. And I am here testing out my own ships for the challenge. So what's the idea behind it? The idea really is to have 3 very different ships that you need to defeat. First and foremost, of course, we have Shinao. And Shinao, of course, is a ship that has been inspired by the Yamato and by her sister ship, of course. The 3rd ship was officially laid down as a battleship, but then transferred and changed into an aircraft carrier. Not very successful, if I recall. So yeah, in this alternate timeline, she became a somewhat Yamato-esque battleship instead. And I'm very curious to see how she will perform against my fellow admirals. And against me, because I have no idea how to defeat her myself, except by using very big guns. Talking about big guns, Shando Kazumi. And Shando Kazumi is a sniper. 4 16.8-inch guns. And she can do, as you can see, 38.2 knots. She can be very fast, or you can slow her down to 32 knots. Get the cruise speed bonus up. Let's take a look what happens then. And devastate the enemies. Most of my fellow admirals, I think, will focus on the battleship. It has 18-inch guns. 18.1s to be exact. The enemy, my fellow admirals will be worried about that. This thing, however, I've built this thing to actually kill the enemy. This ship will surprise them with her hopefully accurate 16.8-inch snipers. And I really like this ship. It looks pretty cool. It's not often that I like a ship with single-barreled guns, but I do. I do. Then, of course, we have number 3 of the sisters, who is very much in front of the lines. Tokiwa. And luckily, Tokiwa has just given her present to the enemy. A spread of 25 out of her 100 torpedoes. That's right. This ship, the fun bit of this ship, is of course that she can fire very large salvos. Well, 25 torpedoes, it's nothing to scoff at. And has those 25-inch torpedoes? I don't know. What kind of inch are they? 23-inch torpedoes. 25 of them. And she can support them, of course, with her 8.9-inch guns. 15 barrels of them. Providing quite a bit of high explosive firepower to support the fleet with. Again, it is the torpedoes on this ship that will hopefully cause my enemies to panic. They are very long-range torpedoes, oxygen ones, as you can see. And hopefully, well, a lot of torpedoes will detonate early on. I guess they hitting fishes or something, I don't know. I'm counting on the AI to actually use these to devastating effects against my enemies. In earlier tests, I have seen Shinao actually go down by AI, and I'm testing it like this, like 6, 7, 8 times, just to see if the AI can tackle these 3 ships with the ships they are given. If the AI can do it, my fellow admirals can as well, for sure. And look at that, we have our first kill. A heavy cruiser. Lucky indeed. And that is one of the other fun things. I am hoping that my enemies will focus on the... Ooh, torpedoes. Will focus on the battleship with their fire. This heavy cruiser, don't underestimate her. She can put out quite a bit of firepower if she wants, with those rapid-firing 8-inch guns. So yes, that is the strategy. That is what my AI fleet is designed to do. Will it be successful? I don't know. It really depends on the admirals. It really depends on what kind of ships they're going for also. Wow, you lasted a very long time there. Impressive, 23k damage taken. Very fun ship. Anyway, admirals. What admirals will I be facing? Brother Monroe will go semi-normal, I think. Big ass 16, 17-inch guns. Ooh, there we go. Crew losses on the heavy cruiser. Of course, the weakness, well, one of the weaknesses of this heavy cruiser is that she has very few crew quarters. She can be burned down, as you see, with relative ease. Stealth might actually go for the sniper builds, might go for very heavy guns. It's mostly because of him I blocked off the top hull for the Chinese ships that the AI is using here right now. I fully admit. The other admirals... Ooh, that's a big hit. Yeah, that's what an 18-inch can do to you. The other admirals, I'm less worried about them doing something interesting, something special. Not in this time period. Love the armor on this AI ship, or at least her bounce capabilities. Oof. As you can see, she now can take massive hits, even by 15-inch shells. She is not indestructible. She has her weaknesses. The armor being one of them. She's not heavily armored, not really. However, I believe this hit here might have sealed her fate. %72% chance to hit. However, as you can see, the AI loves to fire AP rounds with her. Let's fire some HE just for shits and giggles. Not very impressive. should I change the 16-inch guns to a higher diameter? Make them 18-inch or even 20-inch. A 20-inch sniper would be fun, wouldn't it? It would devastate enemy ships, but would it be too easy? After all, Admirals can only have a single capital ship, really. Sure, they can get a heavy cruiser if they so desire. That would cost, that would cost them some points to unlock it for this fight, but it's doable. At least in my current setup. The problem, though, is that I worry that a 2-on-1 fight, because essentially that's what it is. A fast battle cruiser and a battleship against a battleship. That is the main element of this fight. A 2-on-1 fight, really. Will our Admirals be able to do it? Will I be able to do it? I'm not even sure I'll be able to do it if I upgrade you to a 20-incher. We could, however, just give it a go. Why not? Leave battle. Let's go back. Shared designs. Let's go to the Empire of Japan. 1936, the Shando. Oh, Sando, pardon me. Main guns. As you can see, we do have a bit of a room issue. An 18-inch is as big as we can go. Alright, hold on. I know we're overweight, doesn't matter. %, that's 400 tons overweight. Okay, I could simply get rid of one of the 16-inchers. And do something like this instead. Huh. Let's get the secondary battery back in place. Thank you very much. We could do something like this. Get a single 18-inch gun on there and two 16-inch in the rears. Oh, that'll be fun. Let's make it hard on our enemies. And yes, I'm referring to my fellow admirals as enemies in this regard. Because, I want to be able... In some ways, I want to be able to beat them in this engagement. What does this do for my flash fire chance? Yeah, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. I don't like the looks of this by a bit, though, so I'm gonna tweak it a bit. I want you closer to the main tower, like so. Then I'll add some extra guns here to get the weight offset back under control. Yeah. Save design. I have no idea if this is gonna work. Custom battle, once again. And let us say we're going with... Yeah, this is probably the hardest setup you can fight against. 10 ships. 7 ships, pardon me. And there we have it. My 3 ships launch. Now, I'm gonna keep the Yamato-esque ship more or less Yamato-esque. This is the ship that will be the wild card, essentially, for the fleet. Come on, fire the 16-inchers first. That will be so useful. No, damn. Oh well. 16-inchers, lock on. 2 shots away. Here we go. The reload time, of course, is horrible. 70 seconds. The 16-inchers will fire a lot faster. And are prettier. But maybe our enemies will not expect this. Not to mention that 12% chance to hit. My chance to hit is a bit low. Of course. That's what happens when this ship goes full speed. And turns a lot. Yeah, let's just keep her on AI control max speed. Let the AI decide what to do. Battleship hits. Of course, this guy has spacious crew quarters, sank the battleship. They are not easy to burn down, unlike the heavy cruiser. Heavy cruiser also has, like, no torpedo detection. She can fire torpedoes, but she can't detect them. And that might actually be very fun. Talking about very fun, look at this ship. Very cool design. I like it. I like her. Again, the 8-inchers are... Whoa! I was gonna say, again, the 8-inchers are racking up the kills, but... bang! One more hit like that. Damage. Tell me, that was probably the battleship, wasn't it? That's the worry that I have, is that the battle cruiser itself, even though she has guns, she has the best rangefinder, best radar, unlike the battleship, by the way. Due to her high speed, it's hard for her to hit things. I guess that's the trade-off. Enemy ship, by the way, is, I think, burning down. Another large barrage from my heavy cruiser. That heavy cruiser is being very nasty. A lot better than I first expected. And, ooh, is it an enemy heavy cruiser? Yes, it is. That is something in terms of looks that I could have designed. That is for sure. Let's go back to killing the battleship. It's the 18-inchers that are doing most damage right now. The 16-inchers, even though they have an 11% chance to hit, are not hitting a lot. Torpedo. Only taken 5 hits myself in this fight. Come on. 30% chance to hit with this 18-incher. Come on, yeah. Not great, but it is something. Here we go, we're at very... Ooh, torpedo detonation on the heavy cruiser, 12% crew losses. That is, of course, essentially how you neutralize this ship, at least partially, as the battleship goes down. Yeah, I think this will be a very interesting combination to fight against. Will I keep the 18.9 incher? I mean, I might as well. Just for shits and giggles. She will not hit a lot due to her high speeds. That is for sure. But it will be a pain to kill her as well. You need to be lucky. I expect the heavy cruiser to die in almost all engagements, because she is doing things like this. However, ooh, torpedoes detected. Ooh, 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 ouch! 2 torpedo hits, well done. And that is, of course, yeah, the weakness I was talking about. These ships are not very good at detecting torpedoes. The battleship has Hydro 3, sure. Battle cruiser has Hydro 3 as well. So we got some detection. This guy, however, does not. And this is the guy that will charge in. Now, the funny thing is, I got this planned in a way that, well, essentially, you can have 10 points to start the fight with. And you buy your ships, you buy intelligence data, you can buy hints about these ships. The first hint about the battleship will be a historical reference to the aircraft carrier. And if they don't figure that out, then there is a second hint that talks about 18.1 inch guns. The battle cruiser will get 2 hints as well. One hint talking about, okay, this guy has high caliber sniper rifles and high speeds and relative low armor. 10 inch, 5 inch, 4 inch. The heavy cruiser only has a single hint, really, and that is about that it has a complement of 100 torpedoes with her. That should be enough of a hint to know what kind of ship you're up against. Of course, each hint that they can buy means less points for them in the end. It will give them an advantage while building. You know you're fighting a cruiser with long-range torpedoes. You know you're fighting 18-inch gun battleships. That will be useful, I think. At least if I knew, for example, I would be fighting a battleship with 15-inch guns, I would be designing something completely different from when I'm fighting a battleship that has 18-inch guns. It's a completely different kind of animal, after all. Curious if they can actually cause the ship to burn down. With the light cruiser here with single-barreled guns. Seriously? Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. That's not good. So yeah. Another thing, what you can do is, for example, buy a battleship and a heavy cruiser, spending 5 of your 10 points. and spending the other 5 points. Leave battle. So let's do this. What you could do is spend the other 2 points to increase your technology. And we're gonna set that to 38 if you do so. Means you only have 2 ships, but you get a technology advantage. Which will be very interesting as well. At least in the hands of a proper player. In the hands of the AI, I'm not too sure. Not really, but we'll see, we'll see. This will be my last test, I think. After that, I'm gonna tweak the ships a tiny bit here, tiny bit there, and get them ready for our mission, because I think they're ready, and I think it will be hard. The combination battleship battlecruiser is very nasty if you can only have a single battleship yourself. But it's doable, I think. It's doable. You just need to design the right ship.
What is this? Sporting 18.1s. Well, well, well. Are you supposed to be Yamato? We got... What is that? What? 2... What? 1 single 18.9 inch on the bow? And 2... 2 singles 16.8 on the stern? That's awesome. I love that design. Okay, and what are you? 15 8.9s. Ooh. And torpedoes for fucking days. 25 launchers per side? Torpedoes won't be a threat, he said. It'll be fun, he said. Yeah, he was wrong.
By a spoiler. So this will automatically bring me down from 10 to 9 points, so here we go. Battleship started in real life as battleship was modified to become aircraft carrier instead, funnily enough, for aircraft destroyers and for aircraft destroyed her 2 sisters. Okay, now I'm assuming, I could be wrong, but historically, yeah, I can already make some assumptions. Historically, I believe this is either a Yamato or one of them super battleships that they were trying to make that got converted into aircraft carrier. I believe it's a Yamato class though. So if I'm correct, that's 9 18-inch guns, which, yeah, I mean, it's good to know. So I'm going to assume, I will not be buying this. I'm going to assume it's the Yamato, or a Yamato at least. Just to be a little interesting, I'll buy the battlecruiser as well. Single long barrel. Oh, interesting. I'm glad I bought this. Is a single long-barreled main guns of 2 different calibers. One is even bigger than the battleship's guns. I'm assuming 19 or 20. Also, it's a secondary battery considering of 6 and 3-inch guns. Okay, I don't really care about that. 2 different calibers, so if one is being bigger, the battleship gun, one is probably smaller. They're single long-barreled guns, so sniper. So potentially dangerous if it hits. However, this is not balanced mod, so it probably won't hit, but if it does, then I might be in trouble. Okay, well, just looking at this, I think I was right about the Yamato thing, or the Yamato, whatever you want to call it. I was right about the torpedo cruiser thing. There's a lot of guns which I'm not really worried about, but all those little torpedo casemates I'm a little worried about. And then this single barrel, it looks like there's only 3 main guns, so hopefully it shouldn't be that dangerous. Let's go to the Yamato. This does look really good though. For a Yamato, this looks very good. Yeah, 18.1-inch guns, definitely historical Yamato. This is, I'm assuming, yeah, this is the battlecruiser. So 1 really big gun, being a 18.9-inch gun. Interesting. So not as big as I thought it was going to be. And then 2 16.8s. A very interesting ship. Honestly, this is interesting. I like this a lot. And finally, the heavy cruiser. with 8-inch gun? 8.9s, okay. Quite a few of them. Partial pen damage is going to be annoying because not balanced monster actually does decent damage. And then torpedoes, I'm assuming they're at least 21 inch, probably 24. So as long as I don't get hit by them, I should be fine. If they're long range, I will be in pain, but also they will just be torpedoing their own ship if they try and torpedo me. Plus, I don't think you can shoot anything like, I think even with the oxygen or whatever it is that makes you shoot for a long time, I think 20-something kilometers as far as you shoot, so as long as you stay like 30 kilometers away, I should be fine. It'll shoot fast, but if I don't let it get within range, I don't think this will ever be a problem. Okay. I like the ships a lot. Yulari, I like them. If you're watching this, I like them a lot. I really do.
Looks like a super battleship to me. I recognize the little slope here. That's the, that's basically a Yamato. And strange, that's a battlecruiser. 2 turrets. At the rear, 1 at the front, with the secondary on tall barbette. And a heavy cruiser with lots of guns. Let's see. Even before they are identified. Okay. Yeah. Yamato, basically.
The heavy cruiser 2.
That is my first
The
target.
battle cruiser 2, the heavy cruiser 1, pardon me. And yeah. Add to that, so 6 points you can earn. But in theory, you can save up to 5 points. You can even save up more. Most people, except me of course, can save up to 7 points if they want. So yes, they could earn a lot of points here. They could easily get a lead in terms of points, but they will make it harder on themselves. Or they will make it easier, and yeah. Lose points for that. Essentially, that's the idea. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you very much for watching this shorter episode, I suppose. And I'll see you next time.